What's up, guys? This is day one of making my Ironman suit.
Oh shit!
So, this is month 3 of making my Ironman suit. Oops. So, here we are. As you guys saw, I have done a lot of work. I meant to make a video a lot sooner than the 3rd month of making this, but I didn't. So that's my bad. But here we are. I'm making a video now. This video is going to go through the entire process, everything that I did to get to this point in the suit, and then I'll kind of go over what I'm going to have to do next. Until the next video, which hopefully won't be in 3 months. I'm going to gloss over a lot of that stuff because it's a lot. Unfortunately, since it took me this long to make a video, there's a lot of stuff that I did, and if I went in depth on everything, this would be an hour-long video. So I'm not going to do that. If there's anything that you guys want me to go more in depth on, I will gladly answer any questions in the comments, or I can also make a video on it later on, going way more in depth. But for this, I'm going to gloss over it, just give you a rough idea of how I got here, and then at the very, very end, I will be putting on what I can of the suit. So if you guys don't really care what I did to get here, go ahead, skip to the end, see how it looks, because it's turning out really good so far. Now, before I jump into this, if you guys like the video, I would really appreciate it if you dropped a like, and if you're interested in seeing part 2, part 3, however many parts there are, go ahead and subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. I love doing this stuff. I'd love to show you guys more. I will not be done after making this suit. There's plenty more content that I would like to make, so if you guys are interested, that would mean a lot to me. And if you guys have any questions or want to talk, comment section, awesome. I will gladly talk to all you guys. So, this is first thing you're going to do when you're starting a 3D project. This stuff is all 3D printed. Maybe I didn't say that, maybe I did. This stuff is 3D printed. So you need a file, a 3D model. There's lots of websites out there. Do 3D, that's where I got this suit. There's Thingiverse, this has a lot of free stuff, which is I've used a lot. There's a lot of other ones too. Colts 3D, I believe. Plenty. Just look for 3D printed files, 3D printer files, STL files, stuff like that, and you'll find a lot. This is the file. This is Mark 39. It's my favorite Ironman suit since I saw it in Ironman 3. I loved it, and lucky me, Do 3D released it for free a couple years ago. Do 3D has a lot of nice files, but you pay for them, which is fine because they're really good. There are a few things that are free, so if you want free stuff that's good, including this entire Ironman suit, which saves you $200, which is pretty insane. Really great starter Ironman suit, just for the plain fact that you don't have to pay $200 for it. So, you add it to cart, you download it, and then what do you do next? I like to organize. When you're doing a really big project like this, gets really easy to get lost in all of the files. So you will have your file that you just downloaded of the Ironman suit for me, and extract it, and what I do, since I have multiple 3D printed projects, is I put it in a 3D print file. And this will have the names of all of the projects I'm working on. The reason why they're not here is because I have all that on my other computer. So I would click Starboost because that's the project I'm working on, and these are the 4 kind of files that or folders that I kind of use to organize everything. I have the original files. That's where you would put the files that you just downloaded. Now, that suit file is not going to fit 99% of the people who download it. If you're planning on wearing the suit, which I would assume you would, you need to scale it to your body. I use ArmorSmith. You put in all your measurements and it creates a dummy, a 3D model, the little guy, and you drop your files on there and you see if they are too big, too small, or anything like that. Once you have that all scaled, I stick all of those in scaled files because you don't want to go print your helmet and accidentally print the one that's not going to fit. The next step is you need to turn those STLs into something that your printer can read, which that's called slicing. There's many apps out there. I use Cura for my Ender 5 Pluses. It's free, it gets the job done. There are some better ones out there, but usually you would have to pay if you want anything better than that. So you get those all sliced, and then you put all of the files that are ready for print in the ready for print. That means if I want to go print the helmet, I can go in here, load this helmet file into the printer, and then print it. The last thing that I do is I take all of the scaled files that I sliced and I put them in the done folder, because when I'm going to slice other ones, I don't want to be scrolling through all the other stuff that I've already done and maybe accidentally doing something twice. So that's what I do. Theoretically, after you've done all the organizing, all the slicing, then you just start printing. I can go more in depth than that as well, of course, but for the sake of this video, let's just say, hey, you have everything printed now. Next step is assembling. So now you have everything printed, and you're ready to start assembling some stuff. I have some big printers. There's some parts that are just too big to fit on any printer. Like this thigh piece right here. You can see some of the shiny weld lines. That's where I cut the part and welded these pieces back together with a soldering iron and some filament. Way stronger than glue. You do not want to have to be fixing parts that keep breaking in the same spot because you use glue. So once everything is welded, then you're ready to start trying to assemble the suit how you're going to wear it. It's a lot of trial and error. You want to make sure that it looks good, you want to make sure that it is comfortable, and you have some good movement. And you're going to have to compromise on some of that. But you can try your best to make it as comfy, look the best, and give you the most movement as possible. But it's not going to be perfect. So I will show you each of the individual parts that I've worked on, why I did it the way I did, and then I'll show you kind of the stuff that I'm going to be doing later. Then I'll show you guys the stuff that I still have to do and kind of what I'm planning on that. So let's get into it. I will kind of go through the first thing that I worked on, which was the arms. I have them all together with elastic straps and buckles. Each one of these pieces have a buckle, so eventually when I go to paint, I just have to unbuckle each piece and I can paint them individually. It's going to make my life a lot easier when I have to do that, do the painting, and fixing any repairs. So what I can do is I can just slip it on like a sleeve, and this buckle right here clips to the top part of the chest, and it just hangs from there. So it basically hangs from my shoulders. The elastic allows it to move, so when I'm bending my elbow, it's a little bit more comfortable and it actually moves organically. I'm really happy with how these came out. I don't think I'm really going to change anything, but if I do, next video. So I talked about the arms. The next thing that I feel we should talk about is this back piece. This is the ginormous back piece. I call it the backpack because that's how I wear it. So as you can see, these are the shoulder pads. These I have attached separately, so they are just hanging with this piece. And this buckle right here is where I buckle the arms into. And this strap right here goes around my waist to kind of hold it on. Now, these pieces here, if you guys are watching this video, there's a pretty good chance that you've seen the channel Frankly Built. Totally stole this idea from him and a few other ideas. I'm really trying to not watch his videos so I can, not have a carbon copy of his suit, because unfortunately he made the same exact one, but I did steal this idea because it's genius and I love how it works. These are two magnets right here, and for this chest piece right here, to attach these pieces together, I have magnets on here as well. And let's say this is a magnet for the chest piece. It goes over top and sits right in between the slot right here. So if you're going to pull on it, it gets stopped by this magnet, and these magnets are really, really strong, so it's not going to pop out either. So to put this on, you try and align the magnets over top of each other. A little bit of filling around. It snaps into place. As you can see, this thing is not moving. It's not going anywhere. That is all that I have attaching the chest piece to the back. I may eventually add something to the back here, but for now this works perfectly fine, and this is what I have set up. Now here's where things get a little dicey. This is the back abs, the abs, and the cod piece. I'm having a lot of trouble getting these to fit on me and look good and still allow me to move freely. So this is my setup for it so far. It will most likely change at least a little bit. This is the back ab piece, so it will go behind me on my back. This clips onto the back of the back piece. So this hangs off of that, and then the back of the cod hangs off of this. I have buckles here attached to the front of the cod piece, so I just buckle those on, and you won't end up seeing these buckle pieces because they're going to be covered by this anyway. So it's really nice to have those buckles easily accessible because it is a little tight. And when you're making a cod piece, make sure it's comfy. This is the last thing that you want to be pinching you, for obvious reasons. This is the front abs piece. I have buckles that I initially strapped to the chest, but I soon realized that I don't want this to be moving with the chest. I want it to be moving separate from my chest, so I can rotate my chest and have this still stay here. So I need to find a way to attach this to the back ab piece. And I have not figured out or had the time to figure out a good way to do that, because the entire abs and cod piece are very tight and very difficult to work with. So that should be everything that I've put together. The helmet is in one piece, but it is not done at all. There's a lot to do with this. I do have all of the parts to make this motorized. I just have not gotten to it yet. So that will be a fun update video. Probably be doing that relatively soon. But the stuff that I still need to do is iron out what I'm going to do with the abs and the cod piece, and then work on the legs. I'm not super sure how I'm going to do them. I might do them like the arm pieces where I have elastic and buckles. I might do a hinge system in the knee. Both have their pros and cons. Not 100% sure about that yet, but that is the next step. Other than that, I think it's time to put it on. So I'm gonna do a time lapse because it's a little difficult. I left off the back abs and cod piece just because they really don't sit right now, and like I said, the abs are not going to be connected to the chest, but for now, just put it on. This thing is far from comfortable. I have not worked on making this comfortable at all yet. That is down the road for sure. I definitely have some cuts and some sore spots, but I really like how this looks. I think right now it's at a really good spot. I will definitely be making another video in less than 3 months because that was way too long to wait. I've learned my lesson there, and hopefully I will have some more stuff done with the helmet by then, and some more stuff. Maybe by the next video I'll have the whole suit wearable, or maybe I'll just be working on the legs by then. Who knows? But it will definitely be sooner. And again, thank you guys for making it this far. It really means a lot to me. Like, comment, subscribe if you liked the video, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.